Fucking MSO shit.
Yeah. Looking forward to it.
I was doing so well until Glenn started picking holes in my choice of database system. And he sort of convinced me, so now I am redoing a lot of it until Glenn started to use a different system. Picking holes in my choice of
Why? Why exactly?
It gives me a little bit more flexibility, and it I think it's a little bit quicker, but I'm not 100% sure. At the very least, it dumps it to a program outside of Arma when it does something, so I don't think it holds the game up. Whereas I noticed when all the vehicles tried to save, I couldn't think of a reliable way of saving the vehicles at set intervals other than just every 10 minutes, let's say, just looping through all the vehicles and saying, right, save that one, save that one, save that one. And I noticed when it did that, sort of slowed down quite a lot. So that you can imagine that's the last thing you want. Just about make contact with the enemy and the server starts going like your computer and that parachute. So try and make it as smooth as possible. But I really want to get onto the like living world bit, because there's loads of cool shit you could do. There used to be like little riots and that sort of thing with the civvies. So you'd have like the insurgents to take over an area would start spreading propaganda, and they'd essentially get civvies riled up against you. And although you didn't really see that happening, it was just the sort of area marker on the map turning slowly red. You would eventually, if you were patrolling through that area, you'd see a bunch of civvies stood around, and they'd all be doing like animations to sort of like angry looking animations and shit, but like waving at fucking pumping their fists in the air and all. They're getting all riled up, and if it had got far enough down the line before you showed up, they'd actually all turn on you and start pelting you with rocks as you approached, which is quite a difficult situation because most of the guys would want to return fire, but obviously if you kill a civvy, it reduces their opinion of you, and then they're more likely to take up arms against you. But in Arma 2, the rocks actually did damage, and if you got hit in the head, Ace would put you unconscious because it did just enough damage to knock you out, which is always quite funny when someone got killed by a rock. So yeah, it's like a 1 in a million chance. It used to be cool just driving through areas and getting like the Jackal was pelted by rocks as we drove through because the civilians hated us then or whatever. Yeah. But I think what I'll do first, get the saving bit working so we can play it persistently, and then I'll probably just generally populate the whole area with some civvies and some insurgents, and then I'll use that to sort of, for one, it's a blank template for us to go practice our urban shit on, and two, it's a starting point for me then to start working on bits like getting the insurgents to physically replace IEDs and the riots, and weapons caches and all sorts.
Yeah. That'd be cool. You're actually driving right now, Doc. So, oh, crash! Don't get distracted by me, because I was just like, I just clicked on that thing there, crazy, when you were talking to me, and then you were repeating it, and I was just like, hey, what? Hang on, that's me talking as well, and it was actually on the
right.
thing. It's like a couple of seconds behind.
Duck's streaming, is he?
Yeah, Duck's streaming. For what?
Yeah, 720p, 60 FPS. 1080, mate, that's where it's at. You've got the racing line on. That's cheating.
Have you got a steering wheel then, or like a controller?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
What are you in? Probably one. You've just looked left and right and fucking gone well off the line.
I'm looking forward to playing this in VR. Good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so you can race against each other. Go-kart, just racing go-karts against each other. That's brilliant.
So, yeah.
Here we go.
Alright.
Excuses.
Yeah. Oh! Says, oh, my computer started before I opened my parachute. Fuck yeah.
Kids. Yeah. Good question.
I don't know if it's your computer though, mate. I'm struggling to... It's not consistent enough to diagnose.
No, it's not. I think it. What did I do recently? And it seemed to be fine after that, but and it wasn't anywhere near as bad tonight. But it was still happening.
Keep an eye on it this weekend during the missions when you
Yeah.
don't have Zeus.
Yeah, I think it is Zeus actually.
It might be. It's the only difference between Thursday and weekends, so if you don't get it on the weekends...
No, very often. Although I did something stupid. I had an upgrade for GeForce experience upgrade.
Yeah.
And then and it was on there and it said, oh, your Armor 3 isn't optimized. So I clicked on optimize and
Yeah. It's the only game that you shouldn't do that for. They're really good in general, but for fucking Armor 3 it's so computer specific and mission specific. They're a good baseline, but always tweak them during a mission.
Apart from view distance.
There's a few things really.
So I remember you saying about if you go too low on one thing, then it won't use the graphics card to render it. So
Yeah. So there's a sweet spot. You can actually use too little of your computer for that, which is stupid because that knows what sort of system does that. But yeah, and the thing is, nobody can tell you, mate. That's the worst thing. You're just gonna have to spend an hour one day just going through it.
tweaking.
Yeah. So, trying to think. Are you around tomorrow, I bet?
Yeah, I think so.
I can set up a really simple scenario that sort of mimics a normal mission. Or better yet, I could put up one of the missions that we can play this weekend, just teleport us somewhere near where the AI are so they spawn in, so you've got a rough representation of a mission's load at